What's up guys, I'm back. Yes, time for another daily grind with me, John from the Kilobits. It's you, me, the camera, and a cup of coffee. So, time to get into this. And of course, today is Star Wars Battlefront Day. All the reviews have gone up. Click to the thing. Yay! I've got it working. Yes, I've been fiddling with this for past half an hour trying to get everything sorted, sorry. Yes, the daily grind is where I go through the news of the day, and obviously today has to be about Battlefront because obviously it's out, all the reviews have come out. Again, the reviews last minute type thing. It's one of those reviews same day as the game goes out. I always find it a little dodgy, but so far the reviews have been reasonably good. Yeah, I mean on average they've been like 60-80% across the board. I think we got like Polygon did 8 out of 10, Games Radar 4 out of 5, GameSpot 7 out of 10, Video Gamer 7 out of 10, Giant Bomb 3 out of 5, Destructoid 6 out of 10. So, like I said, 60-80% across the board. Most people are saying it looks incredible. If you're a Star Wars fan and you want to kind of immerse yourself in the game, or in the film in fact, this is kind of ideal. This is your chance to be within the Star Wars Star Wars films, because it just feels like that. But there are a few drawbacks. They're saying yes, it looks pretty. The gunplay's relatively fun. All the gameplay's fun, but it's not that competitive. They've not gone so far as saying it's been dumbed down, but they are saying it is fairly simplified. Obviously they've tried to make it accessible for everyone. There's I think there's like 9 game modes. Obviously you've got twists on capture the flag and deathmatch and things like that. So you've got the kind of the hero mode where you can play as, you know, Luke and Darth Vader, and basically teams of 3 against 3 trying to take out the opposing heroes. But they're saying it's not if you're a Battlefield fan and you're expecting like Battlefield with laser guns, this isn't quite that. It's not got that competitive edge. It's a bit more accessible, available for everyone. The aiming, some people have said, is it doesn't matter whether you're aiming down sights or shooting from the hip sort of thing. It is all fairly, there's a bit of leniency there. You can pretty much hit whatever you point at, so it's accessible to everyone. So it's not a competitive type shooter, and they're saying it looks pretty, it plays well, but there's not a lot to it. After a while you will get a bit bored of the limited levels. The levels are huge and pretty and things like that, but there's not too much to it once you've played it for a while. Obviously they will inevitably be the DLC from EA. I think that they've been selling the season pass now for God knows how many months. You know, pre-order your season pass. So they will expand on it. And there was news, I can't remember if it was today or yesterday, of saying EA is working on more games, probably more based towards the prequels. So I don't know whether they'll actually be of any interest to anyone, because everyone wants to play the original films, not Jar Jar Binks. So yes, across the board it's all fairly positive for Battlefront in fact. And if you're a fan of the series, well, fan of Star Wars series, not so much as Battlefield, this is definitely one for you. If you're after a kind of a very intense shooter like Battlefield, this is maybe one of those save your money type things, because it's not quite there. But yeah, it's all been fairly positive, and yeah, it's good to hear. I don't know if I will dive into it at all. We've not been sent code, so I'm not sure, but it is one that is worth checking out, I suppose. But moving on from that, what else we got next? Kind of related. I noticed this morning, or well, people were saying people that brought Battlefront on GMG, some people were getting emails saying, oh no, we can't fulfill your order. Apparently GMG kind of took a load of pre-orders but didn't have the stock to fulfill it. I think it's mainly affecting Europe, and they're not got the keys for the European servers and that, but they are promising they'll try and get them by tomorrow, I think it is. They said 19th. But this isn't the only thing GMG have been in trouble for. Last couple of days it's come out that well, I mean, if you cast your mind back, what was it, to May, wasn't it, when Witcher 3 came out, there was a lot of controversy between GMG and CD Projekt Red, because CD Projekt Red said, how are you taking pre-orders for a game we've not supplied you keys with? It turned out that GMG wasn't a authorized reseller for Witcher 3, despite promoting it heavily and selling a lot of pre-orders on it. But CD Projekt Red said they never gave them any codes, and it came out that maybe they got them from kind of slightly dodgier places out in Russia and Asia and things like that, and maybe the keys were coming from the free keys you get with NVIDIA cards and things like that. So yeah, there was a bit of controversy there. It's happened again. Apparently, I think it's Activision, Ubisoft and Warner Brothers has also come out and said GMG are selling games they've not actually supplied to them. So there's questions being raised, where you're getting these keys. Some people have said they've got hold of, what is it, Black Ops, and it's some people have got it with DLC, some people haven't. So it's obviously these keys are coming from various sources, and it's resulted in GMG getting struck off the subreddit Our Game Deals. Our Game Deals does kind of promote cheap bargains for video games and stuff like that. Oh, we got Gamer Boy in the chat. Hey, hi, thanks for joining us. Yes, GMG obviously are known for kind of doing good bargains and things like that. I've used them before myself. I've used Green Man Gaming, but yeah, they've got struck off the subreddit because the r/Game Deals subreddit only deals with authorized resellers, and Green Man could have gone to them and said, "Oh no, we are doing this legitimately," but they haven't. They've kind of not denied it, and they've kind of walked away from the subreddit. So it pretty much kind of says, yes, we're getting these from slightly dodgier sites. So that was kind of an interesting one. I think Green Man do have a good reputation, but obviously they're not very popular with the actual publishers because they're selling games that have not actually been supplied by the publishers. So yeah, that was a bit cheeky by Green Man Gaming, especially considering they take pre-orders heavily, but not having the stock and then not getting the games from legitimate sources is a bit shady. Anyway, moving on. This was an interesting story today. Apparently EA are planning on doing their own Assassin's Creed style game. It was mentioned in a couple of press sites that because former co-creator of Assassin's Creed, Jade Raymond, joined EA and set up their Montreal studio a while ago now. I think it's about a year ago, something like that. But apparently she is working on a new project for EA that is very much in the same vein as Assassin's Creed. What that means, we don't quite know. Obviously, Assassin's Creed, the key elements are, I suppose, stealth, but nobody really likes the stealth in it. It is essentially a third-person action game, and that is pretty much across the board. Every major developer and studios got a third-person action game. So how this is going to be like Assassin's Creed is, I don't know. Are they going to do something with time travel and history and going into people's minds? Is it going to be big conspiracy theories crossing millennia like the Abstergo stuff and all that? I don't know. it seems a bit odd just to say it's going to be like Assassin's Creed. You're just sticking a label on it then. Surely there's nothing really distinguishes Assassin's Creed from other games now, because the combat, obviously, it's pretty much down to, well, Warner Brothers with Batman has probably kind of polished that kind of combat, that fast frenetic combat to a certain extent, so everybody labels it Arkham combat. But yeah, I don't know how they can say we're making an Assassin's Creed style game. What defines Assassin's Creed games other than the franchise itself? It seems a bit odd, but they have got one of the original creators on board, so there's potential there. I just thought that was an interesting news story. One other thing. Oh yes, this one is quite interesting. This goes to show what the internet is capable of. It's come out that the internet sleuths may have discovered the name of the new protagonist in Mass Effect Andromeda. If you remember, was it a couple of weekends ago, N7 Day, they showed off the new trailer, and it had Commander Shepard signing off. But as people kind of examined the footage, some eagle-eyed, Redditors and sleuths online discovered something in kind of the side of one of the shots that was quite interesting. And they discovered there's a point, and I'll see if I can pause the video at the right point. There's some dog tags to one side of the console, and somebody had gone in and zoom, enhance, and was it not on this one? No, it was on, it must have been on the previous one. I have got that video still somewhere. There we go. Yes. Basically, these dog tags, they've kind of deciphered them, and they've discovered it says Rider on it. And this kind of makes sense because originally Shepard from the original Mass Effect series was supposedly named after Alan Shepard, who was the first American man in space. Well, going along that thread, the first female American in space was Sally Ride. So if these dog tags do indeed say Rider on them, that kind of makes sense, and it kind of fits in with how BioWare pick their names. Oh, can I find it? No, never mind. Yes, so that kind of makes sense. And there was also a quote from BioWare's director Yannick Roy, who said there was a very good reason why they chose the Johnny Cash song that played in the original reveal trailer. What was it? Ghost Riders in the Sky. There was a good reason, and saying Ghost Riders, yeah, that would all tie in and that. So it does kind of make sense. So, as I said, the internet sleuths have potentially uncovered what the name of the next commander in Mass Effect is, which goes to show, given the infinite time and resources that the internet has, and the dedication fans put in, all these kind of little new tidbits of information come out, and cool stuff like this happens. Obviously, it happened with Binding of Isaac a few days ago with the whole ARG thing. So the fact that these kind of Redditors have also discovered who the new commander may well be. Obviously, this is all speculation. The name could change. BioWare could change it at the last minute and just replace all the dialogue. But I can't see that happening. But that is quite cool if they have discovered it just from this kind of tiny little bit of information. What else have we got? Again, if you anything I say that you want to kind of comment in on, obviously you can do in the chat if you're live with us, or if you want to get in touch, you can do in the comments below, and I will just carry on blathering along. Anyway, what else have I got? Oh yes, again, this is obviously Black Ops has recently been released, and it didn't take too long for people to discover a Easter egg in there. In the Nuketown map, people have found a cool little Doctor Who Weeping Angels type Easter egg, which involves shooting all the mannequins around the square, and then all of a sudden they will start chasing you, but in the kind of the Weeping Angels style of, if you turn your back on them, they will creep up behind you, grandmother's footsteps type deal. So yes, it goes to show even the developers of Black Ops have a huge sense of humour and are keyed in on the kind of the geeky culture, and the fact that they've got this kind of Weeping Angels Easter egg in there, I thought was quite cool. And as I said, I go through all the news in the morning, and this one tickled my fancy, so I did like that. Yes, what else have we got going on? There's a few bits and pieces today. It's not all about Fallout. I know most of this past week has been Fallout 4 news, Fallout 4, but we have got new stuff today. I think it's starting to settle down. Everybody's found their rhythm with Fallout 4, and all the videos have kind of gone out in a big splurge, and people are now just settling in and trying to finish the story rather than just building their towns and sanctuary. Yeah, another bit that came out today. Apparently Forza Turn 10 have tried slipping in some microtransactions into Forza 6. I read this on Video Gamer this morning. Apparently they've slipped in these new microtransactions of tokens, which can be used for buying vehicles and cosmetics and things like that. And the prices range from 79p for 100 tokens up to 64.99 for 20,000. Now these tokens supposedly equate to about 500 in-game credits, but the fact that they're kind of shoving these microtransactions in, and up to 65 quid as well, that, I mean, that's more than what the game's worth. So don't get me started on microtransactions. I mean, on the subject of microtransactions, I saw an amusing video yesterday going on about how the mods of Payday 2 on Steam are on strike because they don't want to deal with all the shit they've been getting over the shit Overkill's been pulling with microtransactions, until they get an interview and a sit down with somebody from Overkill. So yeah, that was all quite amusing. Microtransactions are just the devil's bane sort of thing. It's no. That's a rant for another day. Unless you want me to talk about it, do let me know in the comments. What other bits and pieces? There was a few other pieces. These are all just kind of and finally type stories. Users have finally created a mod that kind of fixes issues with Tales of I'm going to struggle on pronouncing this. Tales of Zestiria, the latest Tales game. The PC version was bought as usual, but apparently they've finally put together a mod that fixes most of the issues, especially kind of the 30 FPS issue. Microsoft have introduced button remapping for the new Xbox One controllers. Also on the subject of Microsoft, last week you might have noticed, I think it was probably actually on Thursday because it was the same day as the Direct, the news came out that there was going to be a Minecraft Wii U edition because it appeared on the Peggy website. Well, that has gone down from the Peggy website now, so that's kind of disappeared. Whether it's Peggy made a mistake or they just put the wrong date on it and they're having to hide it again now. So yes, but the fact is a rating board is slightly more reliable than, you know, a placeholder image and price on a foreign retail site. So the fact that it's a ratings board, I can still believe there will be a Wii U edition. It's obviously just not anytime soon. Maybe we'll hear something on the next Direct in, was it December? But that's going to be Smash orientated, isn't it? Oh, and finally story is I spotted this yesterday when Jim Sterling did one of his Greenlight videos on it. Yes, they're trying to bring Bugsy back. Apparently, what is it? Retroism Games is trying to release Bugsy on Steam. And we're not talking about a new game. No, just the original first two, Bugsy 1 and 2, in a fur as in cat's fur. Yeah, they're basically trying to get it greenlit. The fact that, you know, an established name just because it was so bad. It's notoriously bad. It's one of those games that have gone down in history as just, yeah, bad. They are trying to get this greenlit, and there's no guarantee it will actually get onto Steam. But I just find it amusing that they're trying to bring Bugsy back. But the way they've kind of pitched it on Steam, this whole thing of try and save Bugsy from the shame that he's been suffering for all these decades, and that it goes to show they know how notorious the game is, really. So it's an amusing one. If you do get a chance, check out Jim Sterling's video on it. He just spends like 10 minutes just laughing his head off at the prospect of there being a Bugsy game out on Steam, which is always amusing. Anyway, so that's kind of a quick rundown of what has been in the news today. I mean, if you guys have got anything you want to talk about, obviously if you're live, again, you can let me know in the chat. If you're watching this on the VOD, do let me know in the comments if there's anything you want me to talk about in tomorrow's video or any other videos this week. If you don't get a chance to join us live, we do go live 3:30 every day, 3:30 GMT, so that's what, 10:30 in the morning for East Coast in the States, and it's like 7:30 in the morning, so it's more like a morning cup of tea or coffee for you guys. But yeah, I am here every afternoon at 3:30 UK time, so if you want to join me live, you can do. What's happening with the rest of the channel this week? Well, as you can see from the video there, I was playing Universe Sandbox last night. Well, the video went out last night. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel. You can subscribe, you can check out the channel, and that I will put a link annotation on that once the video goes up. This evening, Yaki is playing a cute little, well, I'm presuming it's a mobile port to PC, but it's, if any of you played One Finger Death Punch, it's that but bacon flavoured. That's all I'll say. But yeah, you can check that out this evening. And I also think Fran is going to be checking out Hi-Res's new kind of squad shooter type one, a bit like Overwatch and all these other kind of first-person MOBA type shooters that are coming out of recent. So the Hi-Res one is Paladins, and I think the beta drops this evening. So if you want to check that out, I think she's going to be working on a video this evening. So whether that goes up late or maybe early tomorrow morning, something like that. But that will be going on the channel. I mentioned yesterday I will be doing a video on Hard West. I don't know whether I'll be able to get it out for the embargo, because apparently the embargo is like 5 in the morning on Thursday. So I'm working on another video at the moment, which will go out in the usual 7 o'clock slot on Wednesday. One for the Gang Beast fans, that's all I'll say. But if there's anything you guys want us to play, obviously let us know. You can let us know in the comments below, or you can get in touch with us on Facebook at facebook.com/thekilobits, or on Twitter at thekilobits. And if you want to support the show, obviously it says there, Patreon, at patreon.com/thekilobits. There you can maybe chuck us $1, help support the show. You will get access to, early access to our YouTube videos. So what you're seeing there of Universe Sandbox, patrons got to see last week. And if you're a patron now, you will be able to see Yaki's another Star Wars theme, Knights of the Old Republic video, which is going up on the Patreon channel. So you get to see that early. There's also kind of behind the scenes stuff and little outtake videos and things like that. So there are bonuses for being a patron and just chucking us $1 and helping support the channel and the show. If you want to see more from us, obviously, if you're not already subscribed, you can do. There's the subscribe button. Yes, and you'll get to see, obviously, you'll get notified of these daily grinds. You'll get to see the review videos, let's plays, the vlogs, all that good stuff. But yes, that's probably it from me. If there's nobody wanting to say anything in chat, I will leave you to your day. Do come and join us tomorrow, and I will see you later. Bye.